Thursday we learn about the endosperm and embryo, and today we learn about the different types of embryo in dicot and in monocots. Okay. So first the embryo in the dicot, the formation of embryo in dicot, how in dicot embryo is formed. Sir board টা একবার দেবেন তো। That is first the dicot zygote, that is first the dicot zygote elongated and divided into two unequal cell. Okay. So in dicot zygote, elongated into two cell. Okay. The two cell, one long cell is called suspensor cell, and the short cell is called terminal cell or embryo cell. Okay. Terminal or embryo cell. Okay. So first the dicot zygote, when the zygote form in the dicot, say that start to elongated and that form two unequal cell. The large cell is called suspensor cell and the small cell is called terminal cell or embryo cell. Then the embryo cell start to divide to form two 8 cells. Then the embryo cells divide into 8 cells and arrange in two tiers. Okay, one tiers and second tiers. Okay, embryo cell divides into two cell, sorry 8 cell arranged in two tiers. Arranged in two tiers, that one is, first one is epibasal and another one is hypobasal. Okay, epibasal and hypobasal. Epibasal, that is divided into two cotyledons and plumule. Okay, now epibasals divide into two cotyledon because it is dicot, so that's why it divides into two cotyledon and one plumule. Okay. So first one zygote, that start to divide unequal cell. Large one is called suspensor cell and the smallest one is called terminal cell or embryo cell. Now embryo cell start to divide into 8 cell and arranged in two tiers, that is called epibasal and hypobasal. Epibasal start to divide to form two cotyledons because it is dicot and one plumule. Dicotyledons embryo consists of embryonal axis and two cotyledons. Okay, so dicotyledons embryo consists of embryonal axis and two cotyledons. When the cotyledons present just above the embryonal axis, when the cotyledons just present above the embryonal axis, that forms the plumule, shoot part. and when the embryocotyledons, the lower part of the cotyledons that present below the embryonal axis, that form the root part, radicle. Okay. So the cotyledons cotyledons present above embryonal axis so cotyledons present above embryonal axis cotyledons present above embryonal axis is called epicotyl. Okay, is called epicotyl. Okay, and this epicotyl that is turns into the stem tip. Okay, that is called plumule or future shoot. Epicotyl transform into the stem tip or future shoot. Okay, so this is the formation. So first one, the dicotyledons contains one embryonal axis and two cotyledons. When the cotyledons are present above the embryonal axis, that form the shoot part, it is called epicotyl, and the below the embryonal axis it is called hypocotyl. Okay. Below the level of cotyledons called hypocotyl. Called hypocotyl, and which terminates into the root tip is called radicle. Okay, hypocotyl terminates into root tip is called radicle. And the radical root tip is covered by a root cap is called calyptera. Okay, root tip covered by a root cap called calyptera. Okay, so this is the structure of the dicot embryo. First one, the zygote divide into two unequal cell, large suspensor cell, and another one, the small terminal embryo cell. Embryo cells start to divide into 8 cells. They arrange into two tiers, epibasal and hypobasal. The epibasal start to divide into the one plumule, two cotyledons. Dicot contains one embryonal axis and two cotyledons. When the cotyledons present just above the embryonal axis, that is called epicotyl, that form the shoot tip, that is called plumule, and when the embryonal axis present below the embryonal axis, that is called root tip, that is called radicle, and root tip is covered by a cap, that is called calyptera. Okay, so what is calyptera? Very short type of question. Next, embryo in the structure of the embryo in monocot. So this one is the structure of the embryo in dicot in detail. So how the structure is present in the monocot embryo in monocot. There is the just two difference. Dicot, they contains two cotyledons. Main difference, dicot contains two cotyledons, monocot contains one cotyledons. Okay, and the difference in name by name in the grass families, these cotyledons is called scutellum, and when the there is a root cap present, that is called calyptera. In monocot, root cap is also covered by a sheath, that is called coleorhiza. Okay, so zygote elongated and form two basal cells. Okay, zygote elongated form two cells that is basal cell or suspensor cell, and terminal cell same, suspensor cell and terminal cell. Okay, the embryo in monocotyledons have only one cotyledon. In grass family, this cotyledon is called scutellum. Okay, so there is one plumule, one cotyledon is present. Okay, so terminal cell form one cotyledon because embryo cell or terminal cell form one cotyledon. Okay, and in grass family, cotyledon is called scutellum. So in the grass family, this cotyledon is called scutellum, and the part of the axis above the axis of the lower end has the, so there is also one embryonal axis and one cotyledon present. The axis lower end of the has radical, the axis that present the lower end that has the radical and root cap enclosed in a sheath is called coleorhiza. Okay, so the axis, the lower end embryonal axis lower end has radical and root cap has radical, same like the dicotyledon, radical and root cap. Root cap is covered by, which is covered by a sheath is called coleorhiza. Okay, and next one, the part of the axis above the level of attachment of the scutellum is called epicotyl. It has shoot apex and few leaf primordia. So there is the above of the embryonal axis that the scutellum is present. The scutellum, the above of the scutellum part is called epicotyl, and it contains shoot part and some leaf primordia from where the leaf is originated, and the total structure is covered in a hollow structure that is called coleoptile. Okay, above part of scutellum or axis contains shoot part and leaf primordia. covered by a hollow structure called coleorhiza. So this is the structure of the monocotyledon. So there is also zygote elongated from two cells, suspensor cell and terminal end cell. Terminal end cell divide to form epicotyle and hypocotyle and epibasal and hypobasal, and then in grass family there is the cotyledons, only single cotyledon is present, and this cotyledons is called scutellum, and the embryonal axis lower part has the radical or root part, and there is root cap, and root cap is covered by a seed that is called coleorhiza, and coleoptile, it is called coleoptile. And above the embryonal axis the scutellum part contains the shoot tip and some leaf primordia that is covered by a hollow structure that is called coleoptile. Okay. So some important definition you read from your book, that is a very short type of question, that is what is scutellum, what is coleoptile, what is coleorhiza, epicotyle, hypocotyle, hypocotyle. So this is the main definition that present in the embryo of the dicot and monocot. Now move to the seed formation and fruit formation, how the seed and fruit is formed. Okay. So after the double fertilization we get two structure, one is the diploid zygote that transform into the embryo, and another is the triploid primary endosperm cell from where the embryo get their nourishment. Okay. You have learned already about that. Double fertilization give two structure, one is diploid zygote or oospore, and another one is the triploid primary endosperm cell. Okay. So this is the structure, because when the male gamete fuse with the egg that form the zygote, and when the male gamete fuse with the two central nuclei that form the endosperm cell. First obviously endosperm cell will be formed, after that embryo will be formed, because embryo need the nourishment or food that they take from the endosperm cells. Okay. And then zygote develop into the embryo. Okay. Embryo. So according to the presence of the endosperm cell, seeds are two types. Okay. When the embryo start to grow, they eaten up all the endosperm, that is called non-albuminous cell or non-endospermic cell seed, because there is no endosperm is present, but sometimes some endosperms remain persist on the seeds, because the embryo do not need the total amount of the endosperm, that is called albuminous or endospermic seeds. Okay. So the food storage tissue, albuminous or endospermic seeds, seeds are two types, albuminous or endospermic, and another one non-albuminous or X-endospermic. Okay. So this is the two type of seed. When the food storage tissues as seed are called, in some seed endosperm persists in the seeds. Okay. Albuminous or endospermic means some parts of endosperm present in the seed. Okay. Example, that is castor, maize. Okay. Example, castor, maize. And non-albuminous, the total endosperm is eaten by embryo. Any type of gram. Okay. Example, pea. So two type of seeds, embryo may persist in one type of seeds, that is called albuminous, and one type of seeds that does not contain any endosperm, that is called non-endospermic seeds. Now there is some definition that is important for you. What is perisperm? Okay. So perisperm in some seeds that contain nucellus. Okay. Total nucleus is not used by the embryo. So some nucellus is persist in some seed. This nucellus is called perisperm. Okay. Some seed contain residue of nucellus. This nucellus is called, not the seed. Okay. This nucellus is called perisperm. Okay. And example, black pepper, coffee. Okay. This is the perisperm, the nucellus. Next, the cell's integument. You know that embryo there is integument. Integument, there is a coat, outer covering is present. The integument lost their protoplasm and develop thick and impermeable wall. So protoplasm, cytoplasm that present, that totally dried up, so that will be hard. Okay. And that form a wall. Okay. And that is seed coat, that forms into the seed coat, outer testa and inner tegumen. Okay. So sometimes what happened, the integument lost protoplasm. The protoplasm that form, then the integument transform into seed coat. Okay. And form outer testa. The outer part of the integument is called testa and inner part is called tegumen. Okay. Outer testa and inner tegumen. Outer testa and inner tegumen. Okay. So this is the integument that lost the protoplasm and the seed coat, and it forms the outer testa and inner tegumen. The tissue of ovary wall is also stimulated to grow with the development of the seed that produce a fruit wall or pericarp. Okay. So ovary wall that stimulate to grow with the development of the seeds. Okay. When the seeds start to develop, the ovary wall is also developed with the development of the seed. It produces a fruit wall or pericarp. So what is pericarp? The ovary wall that transform into the stimulate to, and it produces a fruit wall, that is called pericarp. Pericarp, the ovarian wall transformed into fruit wall, that is called pericarp. And there is dormancy. What is dormancy? It is the inactive stage of seed. You have seen the gram, when they are dry in form, they are never sprouted, but when they get the sufficient water, oxygen and the proper sufficient environment, they start to sprout. So this inactive stage of the seed is called dormancy. Okay. So what is dormancy? The inactive stage of seeds, that is called dormancy. In some cases, thalamus and other floral parts also show proliferation along with the development of the ovary wall. These are called false fruits. So when the fruit that does not develop from the flower part, that is the ovary, that is called false fruit. Just like apple, and the fruit which is no part of the flower is develops along with the ovary is called true fruit. Okay. When the any fruit flower only ovary develop into the fruit, that is called true fruit. Any other fruit, some fruits are developed without fertilization, these are seedless fruits, are called parthenocarpic fruit. Okay. So there is also some process you can develop the seedless fruit, that is apomixis and parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy and apomixis. Parthenocarpy is the development of the fruit and seedless fruit is called parthenocarpy. And what is apomixis? When the seeds are developed through the fertilization, but there is no fertilization occurs, only the seeds develop into the fruit, that is called the apomixis. And what is polyembryony? When the fruits there is more than one embryo is present, that is called polyembryony. Okay. So this is completed, the chapter is completed. This is for the today. Thank you very much everyone. Just go through the total chapter and ask any question, you have any question. Okay. Thank you very much.